Chips at different health clubs for a number of years. We crossed paths at Metro Fitness in Worthington, Mike Davies' gym, and I was the personal training manager, and he was the sales manager. That was years ago, but he said he's always wanted to compete. So he lives in Florida now,
Is he the
and
one that just looks so shredded on your pictures?
yeah.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
the most
Yeah,
recent one.
that's a heck of a testimony. And hey,
Yeah.
guys, thanks for watching. My name's Esteban Lutz, and I am blessed to have Andrew Mitchell with us today. This guy's a champ. Look behind him; you could see all of those trophies. Um, and he just won in my opinion, a very large competition this past weekend. So you guys will get to hear about that. Again, my name's Esteban Lutz, and I specialize in helping frustrated individuals create the best fit version of themselves through mindset, nutrition, and fitness coaching. And, speaking of mindset, um, you did the Mike Francois Classic this weekend, which is a bodybuilding competition. You
Mhm.
won not just one, but two first place trophies. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the first one was Masters overall. So I got first place in overall and Masters. For anyone who doesn't understand or follow bodybuilding, Masters division at this show was 35 years old and older. So there's some like veterans of the sport. And then I also won first place in the open men's middleweight. So that's middleweights is young, old, anyone. It's just open to anyone who makes that weight class. So 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds. Just so I won both categories. Very blessed and fortunate. So
Congratulations, man. That's
thank
like
you,
ridiculously awesome. Yeah,
thank
there,
you.
there you are there with your two trophies. Look
Yeah,
at that. Three
two
trophies,
trophies.
I should say.
We got yeah, absolutely. We got three trophies there, two medals, and that's that's my son Araya. He is my prize gem. He's the best.
Good for you, man. So
Mhm.
you're not a rookie to fitness. How long have you been in the industry? Because you and I,
Wow.
we've known each other for, I was doing the math, it's at least 15 years that we've crossed paths many a
Hmm.
times.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm 40 now. I got certified as a personal trainer. I got my first personal training job when I was 18. The summer between my senior year in high school and my freshman year in college. So I mean, I guess 22 years now been in the fitness industry.
Getting to
Yeah.
be an old man in this field, man. And you're
Yeah.
showing everybody that even in your 40s, capable of doing it.
It's
So,
total mindset. Absolutely.
yeah, so talk about that. Tell me a little bit about what it takes, for anybody at any age. I mean, much less now you're in your 40s competing against guys guys much younger than you. Nothing
Mm.
against us older dudes, but much younger than you. What's the mindset that it takes to be able to compete at that level? And you didn't just compete at that level; you're beating all these other guys at that level.
I tell you, the most challenging thing initially was believing in myself that I could do it because my son will be 4 in August. And my last competition I competed, he was 2 weeks old back in 2017. It was a Masters Nationals in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I took fourth place at Nationals. And then once he was born, I put bodybuilding on hold and I was a full time dad and just working to provide for my family. And it's been a passion of mine, bodybuilding since I was 14 years old, and I hadn't competed in like 4 years. And my buddy Derek, who the testimonial I was sharing with you beforehand, he wanted me to compete with him at the same show. And I said, well, it would be better if I prepare you for that so I
Yeah,
can focus all my energy on that. And that just kind of reignited my passion. I'm like, I want to see if I know in my heart of hearts I still had it,
yeah.
but I wanted to prove to myself that I could still do it. And it's just like the mindset was just like, wow. Like, one, I had to talk to my wife and say, hey, listen, this is what I want to do. Um, I know it's not easy, and I'm going to be in the gym for hours at a time every day. We'll be cooking all my own meals. We're not going to be going out to eat and eating snacks. You can if you want, but I'm not. And that was a big part of it. You got to, she supported me and encouraged me and allowed me to work out for three and a
You know,
half
I
hours.
as you're saying that, I think it's a big deal. You're a fitness professional, and we've been in this industry for a long time, and we see that with our clients that I strive and I want to do something, but I can't because my husband isn't on board or my wife isn't on
Yeah.
board. But what you did there, to me, I see that as a huge invitation for them watching that. Hey, when you get your spouse on board with you, that's your biggest support team. From not just a cheerleader, but just support on like, I've got your back, and asking for that support. It's not well, I'm going to do it no matter what. It's like, I need your support in this. I can't do this without you. So I'm glad that you shared that aspect of that.
And my wife and my son are my biggest fans. I held it together on stage, but after I got off and I saw them, I was like, "Oh, we did it! We did it!" Like my wife's name is Ashley, my son's name's Arias, so we call ourselves the A Team. And I was like, I didn't do this by myself. Like we did this.
That's awesome.
So, but no, the mindset. I mean, I wrote a few notes. I wanted to say like I preach on this. Like I coach on this all the time. I tell people like because when we're kids, two things. When we're kids, people say, "Oh, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me," and that can't be further from the truth. Because words are seeds,
Yeah.
and like we plant them into our minds, into our life, and they grow and they take roots and they show themselves on the outside. So I positive self talk is what I'm always about. Like you have to be intentional about it. So if words are seeds and our mind is like fertile soil, if as I always tell people, like look out in your garden or something. Like weeds grow automatically. We
Yeah.
don't plant weeds, and so we have to be intentional about one. We have to uproot them to make room for what we want to grow, and so they don't choke out our crop. But then we have to intentionally put the seeds in there that we want to grow. And first, off, I say like weeds represent like fear, worry, doubt, negativity, laziness, or excuses. And then like the seeds that you want to plant in are just beauty, life, positivity, like I am statements,
That's
like
so
I am
good.
successful, I'm the champion, and I can do this. I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise. Like and I'm a strong Christian, so I mean I have a list of scriptures that I'm always speaking over myself all the time. Like I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Many are called, few are chosen. I'm one of the chosen ones, and so that just I can't stress that. Just then be intentional about having positive self talk with yourself and writing down I am statements all the time. And um, I mean, we all have a passion. I believe we've all been put here for a purpose, and that our passion gives us power and purpose. And something that one of my I guess life coaches back in the day, Danny Johnson's awesome. First Steps to Success. I attended many of her events, and she talks about an eagle in flight and how that represents people when we are following our heart and our passion. So it's desire, design, and destiny. And it's like if you ever look at an eagle
Writing
in,
that down. I love that.
yeah, if you ever look at an eagle in flight, look at it. You can tell that it loves to soar. So it has this desire to soar. And if you look at its wingspan and everything, it'll show you that it was designed to soar.
Yeah.
Therefore, what it desires and what it's designed for is what its destiny is. And
Beautiful.
we all have that within us. We just have to have the courage to follow our hearts and go for it. And that's the world, especially nowadays, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's easy to be lazy. It's easy to make excuses, and then that's the one thing I said. I mean, when we met, you were like I don't know, VP of personal training,
Yeah.
lifestyle, family fitness, and like this man, like I sat down with this man, like this guy took my career to the next level on so many levels. But one thing I'll never forget what he said is like you have to take ownership. And one thing he told me, I wrote this in one of my books. And taking ownership looks like two different ways. One, you're like, Andrew, if we go outside right now on the outside of the building, what is this? What's the name of this club? What's the name of this gym? I'm like, Lifestyle Family Fitness. He's like, no, it's Mitchell's Gym. He's like, does anyone come into your house without you knowing who they are? And I said, no. And he's like, okay, then. So make it a point to meet everybody in this place. This is your house. Take ownership. And like, so I'll never forget that. But the other way of taking ownership is just taking full responsibility for where you are or where you are not in your life, and then
So
like
good.
why are you there? All right. And because if you're not honest with yourself, like, okay, man, like I'm 50 pounds overweight because I've been eating fast food every day for the last 5 years. Like, instead of going to the gym when I get home from work, I sit on lazy boy and I watch TV. Like, you got to be honest with yourself and take ownership and responsibility for that. And then though, the main thing that, like, even myself, because we all make mistakes and we all get down on ourselves, is that you have to show yourself mercy and grace. Like, don't just keep beating yourself up about it.
So
Like,
good.
you know what, you did it, but now you're still alive. It's not too late. Today's the first day of the rest of your life. Like, make that change. Forgive yourself, have mercy, have grace, and now set some goals and stick to it.
Love that. Great. I'm writing down a bunch of notes, man. I appreciate it. I love every opportunity that we get a chance to speak to each other. And you had mentioned something, your book. So
Yeah.
Andrew is a published author, and you
Mhm.
have two published books right now. Is that correct?
I have four.
Four published books. Look
Four.
at that.
I started out the easiest one, I because it was it's more of like, it's a big bench program.
Uh huh.
Uh, and how to increase your bench press by 50 pounds in 30 days. Just, you know, the one after that, I don't have a book. I gave it my last copy away as a gift recently. It's titled The Warrior Within. And I'm
Yep.
actually working on, I guess, the second edition at The Warrior Within Unleashed. And then my next one, I got Unstoppable. That's here. And then one, like, being in the fitness industry for so long, it's hard when you learn. Like, I've learned so much from you, Esteban, but like, you would go around not judging these people, but like, you see trainers, and these clients don't know any better, and they're trusting these fitness professionals
Yeah.
with their safety, their goals and everything. And it's like, wow, like, where were these guys taught? So like, I always kept talking about, I want to train trainers. I want to train trainers. So I wrote a book called TNT, Training the Trainer. And I had 2 day
That's the one I
workshop.
have a copy of that.
Okay. And I was teaching 2 day workshops on that. Just different trainers, and just teaching them all aspects of them, from like corrective exercise, overhead squat profile, flexibility assessments and everything, all the way to like sales and getting referrals, and meeting people, breaking the ice in the club. So like, it's just something I'm passionate about.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it's so much knowledge, so much experience you've got, and I appreciate you again taking the time today to share
Thank
that
you.
mindset foundation, the anchor on what it takes to, irrelevant of what our goals are, just to how to break through the weeds. I like how you stated. I mean, the weeds are going to come, and I know in my personal life the weeds are constantly attacking. So it's how do I break out of that? And I love that the three bullets that you're coaching on: the desire, design, and destiny.
Mm,
So taking ownership in that, blending it
yes.
all together. All right, so they're watching. You've just won two first place, not just one, but two first place
Mm.
in a huge regional bodybuilding competition. I like the way you talk. I like the way you be. How can they get a hold of you? So if somebody's watching and they're like, I want more of this guy, where
Hmm.
could we direct them towards?
Well, so I got my Facebook and my Instagram pages. Destin Legends. I got Drew Mitchell Fitness on Facebook as well. I actually have two websites being built right now. One is drewmitchellfitness.com, and the other one is just andrewmitchell.com. And obviously, the Drew Mitchell Fitness will be focusing a lot on, the physical health aspect of life, and then the Andrew Mitchell is just kind of everything else I'm about, from like the other books and just life, and just learning and growing,
And
helping.
so on Facebook, that's your Drew Mitchell Fitness.
Yeah, Drew Mitchell Fitness is my fitness page, and then just Destin Legends is my personal page.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll make sure that we'll have links for that down below. You guys shoot on over there, follow him, say hi to this awesome individual. Again, not just professionally, but as a man, as a husband, as a father.
Thank you.
I honor you and everything that you create, and the ripples that you create within the people that you touch. So thank you for watching. I'll leave the floor with you. Anything that you wanna state before we leave, Mr. Mitchell?
Well, first, thanks for having me on. I'm honored. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I think people, we take life for granted. Um, and we never know. We're not, like Kobe Bryant was a superstar, so everyone can relate to that. I mean,
Yeah.
they were just going to a game or practice or something, and like when he woke up that morning, and he kissed his wife goodbye, like she didn't know that they were never going to see each other again. And I mean, we could go to work, drive there, and God forbid, we pray for safety all the time, but we don't know what happens. I mean, life is too short, and I just think we just need to make the most of it. So I mean, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Make the rest of your life the best of your life.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you, sir. Thank you guys for watching.
You be blessed.